Hey everyone, Alan Bauer here, Bay City, Michigan. And tonight I want to talk about, if we didn't have death, we really wouldn't appreciate life as much. And, you see all the time on Facebook where, somebody's always losing a loved one. And I mean, it's painful, it's part of life, but then you see the cycle of life too. There's new babies being born, happy moments, and it's this continuous cycle of life. Well, today I get a post from a friend of mine, that I worked with in Bishkek, Kyrgyzstan. She was one of the Americans I worked with over there, and she worked on base. And we kept in touch after the base closed down, and she moved to the UK and met, her husband now. She's been with him for years, and she's been battling cancer for 4 years. But she was just one of those people that, just very outgoing personality, good sense of humor, very outspoken. Just everybody knew who she was. You could not, if everybody knew. I mean, you just knew her name, and it was good keeping in touch and watching her life, and she had a very happy life. While her husband posted today, and it just tore me up, reading this. But in fact, I'm not going to read it because it just thinking about it really gets me. But he mentioned that they've been together for years over there, and he mentioned that on the 28th of January he married her and married his best friend, is what he said, and that she was approaching the end of her battle with cancer. And it just seemed like really hard to believe because, you'd still see her posting on there and she just looks so happy. And that's a good thing. It's like it's sad that she's down to the end or close to it. But it's just it's good to see how people live a happy life. So, I don't want to go deeper down there and try not to be emotional in this video, but it's really all about living life, and it makes us think. It's like, what if I was in that situation? What if that was my loved one? What if Karen was going through that? Just and you think about that, or what if I was the one that was, near my end of death? I think it kind of causes us to think about that. Like, you know, I always picture like when it is my time to go. I hope it's a long time from now. But when it is, I want to be surrounded by the people I love. And I think that's kind of what everybody wants. At least I would think that, But there are some people that are very, very private about things. And, I've had some other friends just all of a sudden, I don't see them on Facebook for a while. And then, boom, I see an obituary, and it's like, oh, I didn't even know they had cancer. So everybody handles it differently. And there's no right or wrong way. It's really up to that person, and I don't know what I would do. I would probably be more open myself, but everybody's entitled to however they want to live their life. But it really made me think, it's like as you get older, the older I get, the more and more friends we see that pass away. And you start thinking, it's like, how have I lived my own life? And you know, do I want to, when I die, do I want to die, working at a job 80 hours a week and busting my butt and never enjoyed life? Excuse me. Or, do I want to, have that freedom, that financial freedom to go around and travel and really enjoy life? Karen and I talk about things, and what we really want is, we want financial and time freedom, those two things. So we really want to travel, and I think about some of the times we've had to put trips off, and you put it off because, maybe a family member is going through a sickness or something pops up, and it's so easy to keep putting things off. Or, it can be, a financial situation like, well, I got to work, or, it's like, I mean, you can't just quit your job. I'd love to be able to have the time and financial freedom to have that residual income coming in. And I guess that's one of the reasons why we're growing our business. And I'm not saying you go out there and you work your business like, to death, where you work 100 hours a week, between your full-time job and your business. I mean, there's some people that do that. And it's not a bad thing to do for, short periods of time. But, I look at things, I guess I should say, is I just want to do small things every single day. Like one of the things I do is this video every single day since November 22nd. And then I write a blog once a week now too. So I've added that on later. First, I got the videos down to where that's no problem, and then I do the blog. In fact, I'm just going to put this blog into the video and do a nice little short one and kind of wrap it up for the week here. But, think about it. We all go through this. We all go through deaths of friends and loved ones, and we see other friends, going through it all the time. And it's a lot of times people are at a loss for words or whatever, and we all know it's coming. And I really like to focus more on the good things in life. And like I said, the good thing about my friend is she was just extremely happy, these last few years of her life. And I mean, it's coming down to the end here, but it's really a blessing that, she found somebody that really loves her and she loves him, and she'll be with that person really till the end of her life. So just think about it. What are you doing with your own life? Want to put that out there? Are you taking steps to be able to have that financial freedom and time freedom? I know sometimes people just give up on it, and, they just think there's no way to do it. But, through the business here, that's why Karen and I do this. And I know sometimes, people jump ship, they go from deal to deal. They think the grass is greener somewhere else, and that's fine. We wish them all the best of luck. Some people drop out, some people give up, and that's really the saddest thing in life, because I don't want to be, get to an age where I'm too old to do something anymore, and then I have regrets. I look back on life, and I've really done a lot of things in life. I've taken big, huge risks. I've worked in combat zones. I've traveled the world. I've had a lot of good times and a lot of bad times, but I would not change anything in that experience. And it made me who I am today. And I'm very grateful that I always took those chances to do things. Doesn't mean I'm always successful at them. No. Sometimes, I fall on my butt, and that's okay, but I get back up, dust myself off, and keep going. And that's what life's really all about. It's just going after your passions. And a lot of times we got to do things we don't want to do, like maybe a job or something that you really don't enjoy, but you need it for the financial aspect of life. And I get that. I do that myself. But I really am passionate about, getting to that financial freedom and time freedom where Karen and I can just travel, be debt free. That's our goal, not to have any debt, be able to have that residual income coming in, and travel and enjoy life. So think about it. What do you want to do? How are you going to get there? Do you have a plan? If you're interested, you can reach out to us. I'll show you how we've been doing it. We have created a full-time income, um, off residual income in addition to what our normal incomes are. We've done that in a couple of years. So anyway, that's all I got for tonight. I'm going to throw this in the blog and call it a week. So see you tomorrow.